tells Othello whatever and whatever and whatever to do, pretty much. And Othello listens, and it's like what's it called? Iago's pretty much controlling Othello, and Othello's pretty much his dog, just
yeah, we can say that Othello is almost like the slave, and
pretty much like
Iago's the boss, and he's the one that takes over, controls everything, right?
Putting it in his mind, tell him what to do. And you notice what he said. He told him what you said about to choke her. What's it called?
Yeah, to strangle her instead of poison her. It was on Act 4, Scene 1, line 207, right here.
Yeah, the line was just, when Othello said, "Go get me some poisoning arrow this night. I'll not exploit with her, lest her body and beauty, and provide my mind in the arrow. Do it not with poison, strangle her in her bed, even in the bed she have contaminated."
Yeah, I agree actually, because Iago is planting hate and fear into Othello, making him actually feel the pain that he's actually going to kill his love, right? And instead of just putting poison in her food or her drink, and not looking at her when she dies, right?
Yeah. So Othello's pretty much like the dog, pretty much doing whatever Iago pretty much tells him to. So that's where I see examples like a dog, a master and his dog, pretty much just controlling.
Exactly. Yeah.
Rafael, where do you see examples?
Examples of the theme.
Yeah.
So let's see. Can I do it?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Other places, see examples of mind manipulation. Or basically, if you think about every day in the media, right? Like you see a commercial, so a cool new toy comes out, and then they show you why you need it, but in reality you have no use for it. It just shows kids manipulating stuff. It's it's colorful. They add an extra feature or whatever, and then it's just manipulating them to buy what they want, and how that would relate to Iago and Othello's situation. Iago is manipulating and twisting his mind.
Yeah, I agree.
Rafael, where do you see examples?
Okay, something else, it's what once we talked about in class where people put rings in the bulls nose,
that's right. Yeah,
tug them so they can take them wherever they want, right?
That's right.
Because it hurts.
They get their hands on the area where actually will be painful and more controlled, right?
You're right.
And I agree with Rafael. It's like how we had our example in class with Mr. Smith about the ball and how they put the ring around their nose to be able to control them better, because it's the only area where it hurts the most. Same thing with Othello. Also, what led Iago to, Iago could have just betrayed Othello if he ever got caught when he was planning to kill Cassio, right? So he would have betrayed him. So he's pretty much just using him to get over something. It's just like a friend that you might see, and he might become so friendly with you, but just so that when you go to 7-Eleven with him, he's gonna pay. He wants you to pay for his juice or for his snack or anything, right? He just uses you as his pockets or something. Basically, so have we answered our question?
Yeah.
How and why did Othello kill Desdemona? What led Othello to follow Iago, right?
Yeah.
Anything else you would like to add, Abdullah?
Well, not really. Scott, did you answer your question?
Yeah, my question.
Everyone did? Yeah. So let's move on to the next question, which is, why do people behave that way? What would you say, Gareth?
Why do people behave that? Well, it's actually the impact that it's like the impact in the society that they actually have lived in. But in this case, it's just the impact of Iago and the jealousy of Iago.
Yeah.
And yeah, because Iago wants to take over Othello, right? And so actually what really led into that behavior. I think that Othello knew better than that, but and then it's just that he lost his control, he had no more control, because he was already controlled by Iago at that point, and how he kept his secrets all inside and never expressed them out to Desdemona, where if he did, it wouldn't have led to that point that we're actually in right now, where she's already dead and Othello is actually going to kill himself, right? And yeah, what do you think? Why do you think people behave that way?
Well, okay, well, they behave in a certain way. Well, there's like many reasons, to be honest, not just one, right? Like, for example, they can't. Okay, I'm good. So, for example, it could be like how they were raised. It could be genetics. Like, it could be genetics. It could be like motives such as jealousy, or like they might be getting a reward. Someone might be paying them. They might be believing wrong, manipulating right, they might have mental disabilities. You don't know. It's many motives. It's just like, sometimes it's just what they want to gain. It's just mostly about gain. And peer pressure, that's a big one. What do you think, Scott?
Pretty much just the same thing.
Scott, you too hottie?
The motive was why people behave that because of jealousy and pretty much just what you said, jealousy, how they're raised, genetics, and all that stuff. So, Funes, what did we learn about this conversation?
Well, I think we learned that to actually always share your feelings, your ideas, like everything with the person that you really know, like in Othello's case, it's his wife, and to always share, to not follow what you think the others are actually telling you is right, like the fake evidence and everything, right, that actually ended up to work and seem true. Well, I think what we learned is that to always share with the close one, right? And think about what you do and not just follow others.
I totally agree with you. Like, what I learned was that you should explore all your options before believing in one. Like, Rafael should have just talked to Desdemona, get her point of view, but instead he disbelieved Iago, and then we saw why. That's why pretty much Othello killed Desdemona. Yeah.
Like, have control over the stress, right?
Yeah.
Have control over the stress and try to express it out a little by a little, so actually you understand and you get really calm and you process it through, right?
Yeah.
What about you, Rafael?
So yeah, I pretty much agree with what you guys learned. It's like communication's like the key to anything, like relationships or like anything that you have problems with, and taking responsibility as well, just like what I said in the early conversations, And so yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. How about you, Abdullah?
So what I learned is like pretty much you need evidence. Iago did not have well, he brought up some false evidence, as I would say, by like twisting people's words and all. And then that's also a lack of communication. So miscommunication is a big deal. So basically, like, until you see proper evidence, don't believe it. Like, actually don't believe it until you see actual legit evidence. Like, let's say your best friend was like, yo, Scott, there's like 7-Eleven. Yeah. So it's like 7-Eleven is giving away free food, okay? You like, come on, it's free food, not that much of a big deal, right? You might believe him, because like, let's say you knew him for like 10 years, but Othello knew Iago for like a long time. and then he just believed him without the evidence. So yeah, evidence is a big you need to believe. Like, what do you think? Like, you go to court, people need evidence. You can't just like say, yeah, okay, yeah, you're doing 10 years in jail when they didn't even like, bring up evidence. So I think that's it.
Yeah.